And on the beginning of my journey, when I was doing this, I used to be embarrassed about traveling on planes with fruit. Anybody else do that? So I remember, I don't remember exactly where I was going, but I remember I brought this little bag and I had 11 or 12 bananas in it. And I wanted to eat it on the plane because I was so hungry. I'd rushed to the airport that day, and all I wanted to do was sit on the plane and eat my bananas. I was starving. And I remember I got on the plane, and it was a 2-row plane, and this very old woman sat next to me. She must have been in her 80s, maybe even high 80s, and she was so kind and gentle. And I was so worried that even she would judge me at that time for eating my bananas. So I put my bag of bananas between my legs and I kind of closed it so that she couldn't see what was inside. And I figured if I just ate one at a time, she wouldn't notice how many bananas I was eating. So what I did is I had this strategy. I was like, I'm gonna pull out one banana, and then I ate it, and I took the peel and I put it in the vomit bag, and then I did another banana, and I went through the whole thing, and she didn't say a word, and so I was like, success. She didn't know. So as we're getting off the plane, she looks around at me and she goes, you know, I just wanted to know how many bananas you ate, because every time I looked over, you were eating banana after banana after banana. I lost it. And at the end, I was like, I'll just tell her. I was like, I think I ate like 11 or 12. And she was like, my Lord, never in my life have I seen such a thing. It was so great, right? Okay, so I'm glad that that was a good icebreaker for how I've learned how to eat social and be raw. So the truth of the matter is that my introduction into this lifestyle with my family was probably one of the most difficult journeys of all time. I think many of you can already know, or you already have experienced this, that your family can be the most critical people of all, or even your friends, when trying to approach this lifestyle. Have y'all experienced that? Yes? But we love them so much that we want to share this gift with them because we realize how great it makes us feel. And then when we try to introduce it to them, it's just like this horrible push and pull, and you have an eating disorder, and I think you've gone mad, and why are you eating fruits and vegetables? And then you realize that something else has to happen for this to be able to fully function. And I think I mentioned in my previous talk that my mother was so upset when I first started this lifestyle that she didn't talk to me for 4 years. True story, she didn't talk to me for 4 years. And when I first began this lifestyle, I would say the difference between me now and then is when I first started eating this way, I was very insecure about it because I was skinny, because I had just gotten over my sickness, and because I still was trying to figure myself out and I wasn't strong enough to be able to articulate all the points that I needed to express or to share, and I wasn't fully educated enough to know, and I think I was still, even when I was working for Doug at the time, I was very quiet, I was very introverted about it, and if somebody asked me about my food, I would just kind of be like, yeah, just, fruits and vegetables, like no eye contact, right? And I learned very quickly an important lesson, that if you really, really love something, when you keep it to yourself, and if you don't share it, you don't communicate it, people tend to think that something's a little bit wrong with you. Now, I say that in a nice way, but people will judge you much quicker if you're keeping it to yourself and if you seem insecure about it. And I realized very quickly the moment that you are open and expressive and you have joy and gumption about something that you love, people want that joy too. They want that happiness. They'll do anything to have it, so they'll begin to ask you questions. They may probe at you a bit, and you'll find that you'll have greater impact with people if you approach something with happiness, joy, and enthusiasm.